Okay. All right. So this week, our 30-day challenge presentations are due. So you need to start finishing your plan and upload it along with your presentation of your proposal on your assigned Weebly page, okay? So we also have a different assignment, which is a recipe. And I'm going to talk about that a little briefly as well. So just in summary, you're going to upload your presentation on Weebly, and you're going to share your link with instructors and peers on the Google Docs shared page. We're going to complete the review quiz for chapters 1 through 3. And last week we did chapter 4, so we're going to complete the quiz for chapter 4. We're going to read and complete activities and tasks for chapter 5. But that's going to happen towards the end of the week. Today we're going to work on chapter 4. You will be putting together a recipe. You should try to use only local ingredients, and then you upload it on Weebly and submit it for credit. You have an assigned textbook reflection and your first assigned 3-2-1 paper. And all these activities should be submitted when due. So let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, you have your first 3-2-1 paper due. So let's let me go ahead and download that. I had an issue earlier opening up the doc. Let's see if that will open this time. No, it will not. So I did get it converted to PDF. Let me close this. Oh goodness, I'm frozen.
Mine opens.
It opens for you?
Yes, thankfully.
Let me see if this is it right here. Nope. Let me it's something to do, I think, with this computer that I'm using. Hold on. I did put it in PDF form too, which I'll just download right now. Okay. So a 3-2-1 paper is pretty easy. Generally, it's this template. So 3 things you learned, 2 things that interested you in the chapter, and 1 question you still have. Now, this one is a little bit unique because it's your first 3-2-1, and I'm asking you to answer the questions for both chapters 1 and 2. So it's really up to you. You can fill out one of these for chapter 1 and another for chapter 2. Or if you like, you can just do, for example, chapter 1 on one line, chapter 2 on another, like this, and just use one document. I'm fine with either, okay? So you just fill this out. I've got it in, I've opened a PDF, but I've got it in document form too there. So, and you can also write it in a notebook and take a picture. Okay, so let me get out of that. And go on. Okay, so you've got this 3-2-1 that's due for chapters 1 and 2. You also have a reflection for chapter 3, which is the same as the reflections we've done in the past. It's the last page in your textbook of that chapter. So you answer those questions and upload it. And then you have a short activity on how to wake up better. It's a little video and an exercise. It's kind of fun. And that's all due on Wednesday. On Saturday, you have the quiz, which is a review quiz for chapters 1 through 3. And then you have the textbook quiz from chapter 4. Remember last week we didn't have a quiz. Now, at the end of last week, you did an introduction video. This week, at the beginning of the week, you need to write in this forum asking people to check out your video on Weebly. And you should paste your link for them to view your video. In addition, you need to paste your Weebly link if it's not already there. It should already be there when you did your title, but if it's not, you need to paste it in the Google Docs page below. I'll open it in a second. And you should view 5 of your classmates' introduction videos and reply to their posts. So either compliment them, you should compliment them on things they did well, and then you should also suggest things they might focus on for future presentations. Now, it's important that you give them some critical commentary as well so they can improve their presentations, especially since the end of this week we have our first presentation due. So your assignment is also to give feedback to 5 other people's introduction videos, okay? So if you guys go here, oh, let's go down, sorry. Sliding all the way down. Where's your Google share page? Maybe I passed it already. There it is. Okay, so here's our shared Google Docs page. Now, it's just the same one that you've worked on before. And you can see some samples here of people who, here they put in their link. Here they put in a picture of their recipe, which you guys are doing this week. And then people made comments. And if you look at yours, this is where you would put your picture. And then you go down to some of your classmates and make a little comment on the recipe they've shared in these 2 columns. Here is the title of your 30-day challenge. So you should be putting that in at the end of this week. And then you are going to give 5 brief comments to classmates on their introduction video. So if you put in a comment, say like this person, SR, great job on your introduction video. I too have considered joining the Army. Okay, so here's their comment. Just copy that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments on other students' introduction videos. You would copy that, put it in a document and upload it for the task to show that you did that. Okay, so let's go back. Go back up. All right, so we've talked about Wednesday. Your reflection, your 3-2-1 paper, waking up better. And then on Saturday, the quizzes. And you start the forum. And make sure that your link is shared here in the forum and that you go ahead and comment on 2 others' posts. So to get full credit on this forum, you need to first post that yours is ready, and then you need to watch and comment on 5 other posted videos. So you will look at your classmates' videos and comment on them. Now we have another assignment, which is sharing a recipe. Now, your recipe should use as many healthy local ingredients as possible. So you will upload your recipe on Weebly, and then you'll take a screenshot of it or a snip, and you'll upload it here for credit. You also will paste a picture of your recipe on the Google Docs page like I just showed you. Okay, so if I went to Weebly here, and I think on the template itself, I posted a little recipe, and it's sort of easy. Just really all you need to do is upload a picture. And then if you were, like here, I put recipe, I love curry, ingredients. I uploaded a picture. I put in a title box. And then to build, I would just maybe put in text like this and copy and paste the text. In fact, let me go back. I made a video of doing it right here, I think. So here's the first one, Weebly building, and it's a short video on building a recipe page on Weebly. Now, some people are saying, does it have to be a local recipe? No, you know, it could be a pie, it could be pasta, it could be from any country, but the key is to try to use as many local ingredients as possible. And of course, it can be a local recipe as well, all right? So, but if you decide to copy a recipe like I did this easy chicken curry, I copied it from the net, then I went through and changed some of the ingredients to some of the local vegetables and herbs that we have. So it's pretty easy. If it's something that you make all the time, you know, do your own dish, and you don't have to make it. Unfortunately, we're not meeting in person because I would love to try it, but no, you don't have to make it. It's just an assignment for the class and thinking about some of the healthy ingredients that we have on island and using them. All right, so the other big thing, of course, is your 30-day challenge. Now, your 30-day challenge proposal and presentation on Weebly needs to have visual and audio report. And then here you have to upload a screenshot of your complete presentation. This is extended through Sunday. So the recipe and the 30-day challenge proposal presentation are extended through Sunday. That doesn't mean wait till Sunday, 11 p.m. and then have trouble. I really suggest that you get it done earlier, but I'm giving you extra time just in case you need that. Here is an example of a past class, their names, their links, and the pictures of the recipes that they suggested. And at the bottom of this page, you've got a lot of videos to give you help, any technical help you might need. So you've got this first one here on doing a recipe. You've got one on converting a Zoom video to a YouTube video. You've got one on how to convert a PowerPoint to use images on Weebly, because PowerPoint doesn't go directly on Weebly, and you've got instructions on how to use Google Slides on Weebly. So any of those things. So one thing I want to be really clear about, this is your semester-long project, right? So you're going to get multiple grades for this. One is developing a web page. Two is putting together your presentation materials for your proposal. And three is you're actually doing a speech. So if you were in a live class, you would show your web page to the class, in the class, and you would present your ideas for your proposal. Because you're doing this online, you're going to have all the stuff on your web page that you're going to use. So your journal, any apps, your argument on why you've decided on what you've decided for your challenge. And it's up to you if you want to do that through a PowerPoint, if you want to do that through a document, if you've got pictures, whatever. I mean, it's up to you how you decide to present your materials. Now let's talk a little bit about the content. Really, chapter 4, if we go back to last week, let me just scroll up. If we go back to last week and we look at the PowerPoint for last week, one of the slides basically breaks down setting goals and and what any goal should be able to do, which is personal values and ethical choices. So, oh, sorry. Obviously, these things need to be a part of your ethical grounding for your project, but I don't think anybody's going to do anything unethical. But in regards to the proposal itself, you should show that it's a reachable goal. So your goal is realistic, believable and possible, measurable. You figured out a way to measure it, hopefully multiple ways. Flexible, you've considered busy schedules, weather, etc. Controllable, you've got some way of controlling the outcome, hopefully, of your goal. And it isn't just about achieving the goal, but learning from the process, and of course, ethical. So, go here. If you go to midterm, go March 8th through 14th, so it's in a few weeks. If you go to midterm week, if you guys could follow along with me, please, that would be great. Go to midterm week. There's a checklist. So we don't have an exam, but we have a checklist of work that you need to submit at midterms, which we talked about at orientation, but just in case anybody's forgotten, here's the midterm checklist. Click here. I've already opened it, so I'm just going to open it here. Oops, there. And you will see that in chapter 4, you're required to submit the awareness check and your action plan. Now, your action plan is setting a long-term goal and short-term goals. And I'm not sure where that is in the PDF. If you're using the PDF, it's probably 1 or 2 pages different. But in our 8th edition, it's page 92 and 93. Today, we're going to be working on this action plan because you need to do it and save it for the midterm. But also, if you look at it, it's a great proposal template. So I'm going to have you guys do this, not just because it's preparing you for the midterm, but also it's preparing you for your presentation this week. All right, so if you could go ahead in your PDF, or if you've got the 8th edition book itself, look up the action plan. We'll take a look at that. So I'm going to let you guys download that for a second and have a look. But basically, the action plan itself has 4 questions. Okay, and the first question is, what is your long-term goal? And then the second question is, how does your goal meet the 6 characteristics of a reachable goal, which we just talked about in the slide there? So is it realistic, believable, possible, measurable, flexible, controllable, and ethical? The third one is, what are your short-term goals? And the fourth is, how will I evaluate my action plan? And remember that in the class, we will have one graph assignment where you have to graph your progress. So something that you measure needs to be graphed. So that could be, like if you were losing weight, could be the steps that you take daily, or the glasses of water you drink, or the time you go to bed every night, or if you're doing an art project, how much you got done a day. So if you were working on a particular skill, like learning a song on an instrument, before you start your project, you could try to play the song. And then let's say every Friday during that month, try again to play that song after you've practiced a bit. And, compare and contrast what you're able to do. So, everybody has a unique goal. You're going to have to look at different ways to measure your progress. And again, if you've got like a health goal, there's so many ways to measure it. I mean, besides a scale or a measuring tape, you've got things like, how do you feel every day? Are you going to bed? Are you sleeping better? Are you waking up more refreshed? If you're running every day, are you sweating less and running further and feeling better after the run? So you need to figure those out. But we're going to be working on the action plan in our virtual classes this week. And you should do that in the online classes as well, because that action plan is required here for midterm, and it's perfect template for your proposal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop now, so you guys can ask me any questions that you might have. So let me go ahead and